welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Have to say I'm pretty excited about today's episode. But before I tell you what we're cooking, I'm going to tell you the evolution of today's recipe. So I was sitting in my office perusing Facebook, as I quite often do. As you can imagine, I belong to a lot of different food groups. And I saw this recipe pop up, Chili-Cheese Enchiladas. And I thought, ooh, that sounds very good. Then I looked over to my left, and my monitor that is always monitoring what's going on with Galley of the Sun showed that I was getting quite a few views for our Skyline Chili recipe. And then it hit me. Why do chili cheese enchiladas when you can do Skyline Chili Cheese Enchiladas? Well then, a little bit later, Shar was talking about going back to St. Louis for a few days. And it hit me. Hey, Doug of Griddle Cook Eatin' More is from St. Louis. So I got a hold of Doug and said, hey, when Char's back there, maybe she can show up on your episode. And then it hit me again. What's one of the things that St. Louis is known for, food-wise? Well, it's Emo's Pizza, and what makes Emo's Pizza very special? It is the Provel cheese. Copyrighted in 1947, this mixture of provolone, Swiss, and mozzarella is just a perfect melty cheese. They were looking for a melty cheese that when you bit through it, like on a pizza, it didn't get all stringy on you. It went with that bite, but it was a great texture and melty. So that's how we came up with today's recipe, Skyline Chili Provel Cheese Enchiladas.
Hey Mike, Doug here from Griddle Cook Eatin' More. Glad to join you on the Provel collab. Today we're going to make my rendition of a cheesesteak and then take a little Provel and make something special with it to add it in.
I'm going to double the recipe because I love Skyline Chili so much. I want to have some left over after I make the enchiladas just to eat Skyline Chili. So, first thing we're going to do, and I'm doubling the recipe. Now, if I say any amounts, don't believe me. Look down in the description area. As always, the recipe, the ingredients, their amounts, it's all down there. So trust that, not what I say. I'm going to take some of our aged ground beef and some onions, and I'm going to brown them in that big old pot behind me. Then I'm going to drain it. Then we'll talk about the next step. We'll see you then. Our ground beef is browned and drained. Now we add all the rest of the incredible ingredients to our copycat Skyline Chili. Number one is beef broth. We love the better than bouillon. This stuff is absolutely incredible. So that's what I made this with. So that goes in the pot. Now we add some tomato sauce. Now if you look at our Skyline Chili video, where I go in this in much more detail, I talk about the history of it and where it comes from. But basically, really, it's more of a Greek pasta sauce than it is a chili. But it doesn't matter, it's delicious. We add chili powder, some cayenne pepper, some cumin, some garlic, apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, some allspice, and then to me, the trifecta of what makes Skyline Chili so freaking incredible. Ground cloves, cinnamon, and unsweetened dark chocolate. Also add a couple bay leaves. I'm going to stir that up, get it mixed up, bring it to a boil, lower it down to a simmer, cover it, let it go for an hour. Then we will take some of this and transform it into our enchilada sauce and get our Provel enchiladas ready. We'll see you then. The Skyline Chili is almost done, so let's start getting ready to transform that Skyline Chili into our chili enchilada sauce. I'm going to melt some butter in a pan, and then I'm going to saute some red bell peppers in there. Once I'm happy with the softness of the peppers, I'm going to add about, what I have here is 3 cans of fire roasted mild hatch green chilies. I'm going to throw about 2/3 of this in there, get that mixed up. Then we're going to add our Skyline Chili to that mess, and then it's going to be enchilada making time. See ya when that happens. Now it's time to put this dish all together. We're going to take our enchilada sauce, which is our Skyline Chili, get a couple ladlefuls on the bottom of this pan. Now we're going to start making enchiladas. If you followed us before, you know the family likes the flour tortillas for their enchiladas. So, flour tortilla, some Provel cheese, a little bit of hatch green chilies, roll it up, put it in, repeat.
Out of the kitchen. Out of the kitchen.
The enchiladas are all made. Now we're just going to cover it with the Skyline Chili enchilada sauce. Get that spread around. Make sure every bit of the tortillas are getting covered. On top of that goes some Mexican cheese to keep with the enchilada theme. The Midwest meets Mexico. Now we're going to get that loosely tinted with some foil, chuck it into a 350-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. Then we're going to take that foil off, let it go another 10 minutes or so to get the cheese all good and melty and browned. Then we're ready to try it. We'll see you then. Alrighty, the enchiladas are done. Now it is time for the moment of truth, the judgment by the director. Was that dramatic enough for you?
Yeah.
Now, first of all, before you try this, are you skeptical?
Yes.
Are you? Oh, good, good, okay. You have Skyline chili sauce, Provel in there. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Let's see, please. First of all, is the finest chili cheese enchilada that you've ever had?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the only one.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Okay. It's chili.
Yep. And are the enchiladas cheesy with the Provel
They're
cheese?
cheesy.
All right.
It would be better. Unfortunately, I know we like the flour, but the integrity would be better with corn shells.
Okay, okay.
The flour shells are a little mushy, but the flavor's good.
All right, there you go. So if you want purdy ones, use corn tortillas.
Yeah.
But the flour tastes good too. So if you want some ugly but delicious ones, give this a try. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. And until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.
So I do want to thank you, and especially Charlotte, who was in town here in St. Louis, dropped me off some of that dry-aged ribeye you guys dry-aged. So that's going to be freaking spectacular. I also want to thank you for dropping off your collaboration, which you're able to fly out here, which is really cool. So your enchilada with Provel. I did try that. Unfortunately, I didn't get on camera, but it was freaking delicious, by the way. So just so you know. But that's it for now. Can't wait to see the finished product of your video, and let's get back to it.